You think your life is out of control. Good to have Jeanette with us. Good to have Brian and his little woman. Good to have Dave and Sherry back with us this morning. We forgot to tell y'all something last week. Last week you were guests. That was your first time. Second time you're part of us. So community's already labeled you as one of that bunch. So you just might as well keep coming back. Right quick before I give the invitation. The Bible said they came over into the other side of the sea in the country of the Gadarenes. When he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him, talking about Jesus and his disciples.
Come on, Richard.
Said when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit. I want you to listen real close. Had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him.
You're right.
Nobody could help him. Nobody could help him.
You're right.
Sounds familiar, don't it? We've all been in that situation and we've all been in that place. Nothing or nobody could help us. You remember you saved this morning. You remember your condition before you were saved. They would nothing satisfy you. Nothing would help you. The Bible said, and no man could bind him. No, not with chains. Because that he had been off bound with fetters and chains. And the chains had been plucked asunder by him. And the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him. And always night and day he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying, cutting himself with stones. If you're here this morning and you're unsaved, you're in this condition. You'll have to agree with me. You say, preacher, I'm doing all right. No, you ain't either. No, sirree. Preacher, I'm satisfied. Don't try to lie to me, because I know you're not lying to yourself. You know you're not complete. You know you're not satisfied. And you know that nobody can help you. Nobody can tame you. Gary, we can search from shore to shore. We can search from sky to land, and we won't find peace except through and by Jesus Christ. The Bible said that among the tombs he had his dwelling, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains, because that he had been off bound with fetters and chains. Listen to me. How many times, Gary, have we thought that we've got the answer? How many times have we thought that we've got ourselves lined out and settled down, and about the time we thought we had everything under control? Listen, things just blew up again. Zach, that's the same way the men was that tried to bind this man called Legion. Yes, sir, they bound him and they said, well, this time we got us a stronger chain. This time we got a better lock on the door. And about the time that they settled down and thought, boy, the community's going to be at ease and at peace. Boys, those chains broke. But, oh, listen, the chains broke because they wasn't strong enough. Zach, listen, this world's trying to give people an antidote. They're trying to give people a solution. But boy, I tell you what, there's a peace that surpasses all understanding. There's a shelter, Gary, that'll weather any storm. Listen, there's a rock that anybody can build on as a foundation. Gary, there's a medicine that'll heal any sin-sick soul. Listen to me, there's a light that'll break through any darkness, and it ain't nobody but Jesus. Bless the Lord. Because he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken to pieces. Neither could any man tame him. And always night and day he was in the mountains and in the tombs crying and cutting himself. I want you to listen here. Verse 6, I'm reading out of Mark chapter 5. You can go there and read sometime if you haven't read this, young Christians. The Bible said, but when he saw Jesus, there's a drawing. There's a drawing. There's a peace around Jesus. Said when he saw Jesus afar off, he ran and he worshiped him. The Bible said, and he cried with a loud voice and said, what have I to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of the Most High God? Come on, guys, let's get a song of invitation.
Come on, Richard.
I adjure thee by God that thou torment me not.
Right, yeah.
He said unto him, come out of that man,
Yeah.
thou unclean spirit. He asked him, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many.
Yeah.
He besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. There was there nigh unto a mountain a great herd of swine feeding.
You're right.
The devils besought him, saying, send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. And forthwith Jesus gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place to the sea. They were about 2,000 and were choked in the sea.
Yep. Good, miss.
Out of one man,
Thank you, Richard.
out of one man, listen to me, took 2,000 hogs. And a hog can take up a lot of space. You know what I'm talking about? That's why they call a hog.
Yeah.
Because they can consume a lot.
Hogs everything.
The Bible said it filled up 2,000 swine, 2,000 hogs. Say, preacher, I don't need what you're saying this morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do.
You might say that, but you might be in a place today you're so blinded.
Come on. Been there.
There's coming a day you're going to need it, and you need to hear about it.
You're right. One of these days.
Need to hear about it. He's not going to force himself on you. We live in a time and in a place where folks is searching and folks is looking.
You're right. Come
The
on.
world is in a worse situation and a worse shape than it's ever been since the beginning of
You're
time.
right. You're right.
There's a famine in the land. A famine in the land for the Word. And the Bible spoke of that too. Would you stand with me this morning? If you're here today and you're not where you once was with God, you hear and you say, don't tell me you're out of fellowship. Don't tell me that you just separated. Listen, we're either saved or we're unsaved.
Right.
Don't let the devil lie to you and say everything's going to be all right. If a piece of God's not in your heart, something's wrong.
You're right. You're telling the truth, Richard.
You need to bring it to Jesus.
You're right.
Here and you're backsliding upon God, you need to come back to the Lord.
Oh, yes.
It's not going to get any better.
You're right.
You're here and you're unsaved, and you say, preacher, what I do, bring it to Jesus.
Yeah. You're right.
Too big of a problem, not for him. It is for you, but not for him.
You're right.
Why don't you come? Every head bowed and every eye closed. Heavenly Father, we come before you this morning, and we come on behalf of those here this morning that's not ready to meet you. Sure, we've all got problems and burdens and sicknesses, and Lord, everybody's got cares. Oh, Father, there's a sickness. It's called sin sickness, and folks needs to be saved. We live in a time where we try to justify ourselves. We look in the time, Lord, we're looking around and say, well, this one's saying that and this one's doing that. It don't matter. I know that when we stand before you, it's going to be you saying to us. We'll answer for no one but our own selves. I ask you, Lord, to move as only you can. I want you to give somebody the courage to slip out of their seat right now. Slip out of their seat, take somebody by the hand, and just go pray. Don't worry about what somebody else is going to think. Don't worry about what somebody else is saying.